What's up, everybody? Spence with 11th Hour Preparedness, and today I want to talk about one of the coolest multi-tools that I think I have found in a very long time. Now, this one is very specific to emergency and preparedness and everything that we love talking about. So, if you are ready to dig in, is this the greatest multi-tool ever made? Let's find out. All right, now I know that there are a number of haters out there towards Leatherman. And yeah, they've got their issues, but so does every other knife company that's out there. But since Leatherman is one of the original, if not the original, multi-tool manufacturers, they've got a lot of experience. They've got a lot of ideas and creative ideas that they've been able to implement into these knives. And I've had a Leatherman for probably close to 25 years, and it's still in great working order. But I actually just barely acquired this Leatherman not too long ago. And so I want to kind of break down and show you some of the features about this Leatherman. And as you can see, it's the Leatherman Signal. Let's see if that's showing up right there. But the Leatherman Signal. And this is specifically designed for emergency type of preparedness. So I want to talk about some of the features about this, some of the things that I love about it, some of the things that I hate about it. But just kind of give you a point of reference. So this is one of my knives. This is a Schrade. Sorry, no, this is a Gerber. And I've had this one for probably close to 30 years as well, and a lot of use and abuse to it. And, you know, I mean, the blade itself is a little bit loose, but great knife. And it's a small in-your-hand pocket. And it's about the same. This is about a 3-inch blade. And you're going to have a lot more with this. Another knife that I do have is the Schrade, and this is another one that is a quick release, but it's got a great solid base, nice sharp edge, serrated blades there. Locking features in the back, whereas the Gerber is in-house within the handle. So it's just a couple different features. But the thing about this Leatherman that I really like is, by the way, it is a little heavy, but the thing that I do like about it is the fact that it is a very solid unit. So let's talk about the different features that are within this knife. One of the things that I realized at the very beginning is we have this really cool feature that is going to prevent this from opening, and it's like a little slide right here. Clip that right there, and then the knife is going to be able to open. You don't want it to open, you want to use it for the other features. One of the features is a hammer, we're going to talk about that. You pull that little clip back, this is not opening. So this knife right here is incredibly cool because just for that feature alone. Anyway, you open it up, and of course, like all Leatherman tools, it comes with your pliers. And the thing that I find to be pretty fascinating, I've not seen this before on any of the other utility knives, is you can actually replace the cutting blades for the wire trim right there. I've never seen that before, but you're able to eliminate, if you damage this, you just replace it. All right, so let's go through the features of this one. One of the things, because this is an emergency-based knife, is the fact that you have right here a flint and steel. So you push this down, slide it out, and you have your striker for the flint. But you can't get to the flint unless you come through, and well, I guess you kind of do it this direction. Just kind of do your there, right there. Okay, so that's pretty cool. But if you wanted to have a little bit closer access, what you do, see if you can zoom in here, you pull this little clip out, and then you push the actual flint, or the flint out of it. Now what's really neat about this one, as you can see, there's a little hole there. That's because this is also an emergency whistle. And so you can use this for your emergency situation, but you can also use it to have quick, close access for striking. So that was the first thing that really stood out to me as a very cool feature. And just to put it back, you just slide it in and hook up the little lip there, just clip it in, back to solid. And then when you're ready to put this one in, it's got this little feature here. You push it down and you slide it in. It's clipped in, it's locked, you're not going anywhere. All right, now the blade on here. It's a combination blade between a serrated and a straight edge. It's got more of a point, so you do have to be careful with that in terms of cutting. You don't want to accidentally stab a sleeping bag or something that doesn't need to have that point. So they have other ones that are more of a rounded point. This one has more of a sharp point. But it's got a serrated blade. It's got your sharp point. You have a blood groove there. And then, of course, here's your locking feature. You just push that in, and you can close it. Now, there's another feature, another locking feature that you probably are not aware of, but if you open this thing up, this will not open. There is a little groove within this blade that allows a locking piece that is inside an internal mechanism that will not allow that lock. And it's only until you close this thing that'll actually pull that out of the way, and then you can open it up. And I thought that was an incredibly sweet feature. All right. As with all multi-use tools, they have these other aspects to it. You have your awl, got a pretty sharp point, and you can punch through the leather pretty decently. It's got a sort of sharp edge right there. But what's really cool about this feature that I didn't realize until I first got it and started playing around with it, this is your locking mechanism, not just for your steel, but also for the multi-tool, because you have no ability to close that. Because on some of the other tools that I've used before, as you're punching in, you're pushing through, this would have a tendency to want to buckle on you. Well, not with this. With this locking feature, that's not going anywhere. But you've got your classic can opener and screwdriver. All come with that locking clip and feature. It's not going to happen unless you lock it. But if you got two of them out, obviously that's not locking in. So here it's locked. Nothing's happening. That's not going anywhere. Let's talk about the screwdriver really quick. You have a Phillips head, but what about the flat head? What's really neat about this is you actually have a bit that has both of those. And so you just switch it around. And it's not completely locking, but it is pretty easy. You just got to put a little bit of a pull on it, flip it around. Again, push the locking mechanism, slide the thing back in. And the process, you can get your can opener just pulled with the little notch there. It'll access that. So same thing, locking feature. Nothing's happening, not going anywhere, but you got a pretty sharp point, and you got a little bit of a bottle opener right here, so you just kind of pry it open. But can opener, bottle opener if you want. And there's a feature with that. Now let's talk about the hammer. The hammer itself, okay, let's be honest. The hammer itself is not that it's not that impressive of a hammer right there, but it is something that you do have, and you could probably hit this thing pretty hard and utilize it. You got your little locking, or not a locking, but you got your little carabiner clip type thing here that you can clip onto a belt, and the footprint, but I probably wouldn't ever use that as a hammer. But if you look on the side of the hammer, you have little spots for Allen wrench type of settings or heads that you can utilize. Now let me talk about the one feature that I was not that impressed with, and that was the saw. Now, you can't really see it very well, but the saw is a little flimsy. And I learned this the hard way because I was using it to saw something, and after I got done, the blade was kind of warped a little bit. I don't know if you can see that, kind of warped a little bit like this. And I thought that is a very strange feature for a saw. Now, this is going to be for small cutting, like branches, but not anything bigger than maybe an inch. Otherwise, you run the risk of bending that thing. It's still bent. So that's the one feature I probably am not a huge fan of on this, but at least you have something. So again, locking clip there, got to push that and close it up. And that is the Leatherman Signal. It's a great little multi-use tool, multi-tool, and it's a good thing to carry around with your pack. So now I am going to leave my affiliate link down below, and you can find it on Amazon. But it's a great tool. I am grateful to have this thing because of all the potential features wherever you're going to need it. And if you want to pick one up, just click on the link below. All right, if you liked what you're learning here today, make sure you subscribe to our channel, hit that notification bell so you get all of our buttery goodness. And if you like this video, make sure you smash that like button. And if you didn't like it, if you hated it, make sure you double smash that dislike button. We'll see you on your next video. Do you have your 72-hour kit put together yet? If you don't, and you don't know where to start, we've got you covered. Go to 11hourpreparedness.com and download your free 72-hour checklist and start your journey to preparation.